Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be presenting you with a full Foundations collector case analysis on the 6 boxes that we've opened over the last 2 weeks. At the end of the video, we'll compare our case to the case that was previously analyzed from the Rip and Ship channel. Let's jump in by taking a look at the 6 boxes individually. The charts cycling on your screen are the individual contents from the 6 boxes broken down by color, category, and foil treatment. And here's how the 6 boxes look side by side. When we combine the 6 boxes and look at them as an entire case, we can see some key takeaways. This case contains 7 Japanese showcase cards. 4 were in English and 3 were in Japanese text. We also pulled 7 mana foils, 5 being rare and 2 being mythic. There were a total of 4 special guests in the 72 packs, but unfortunately, the case did not contain any fractured foils. Now let's drill into some of the metrics of this case. From a non-foil coverage perspective, we ended up seeing 50 of the 60 borderless cards eligible to be seen, giving us 83% coverage, along with 41 of the 46 extended art cards, giving us 89% coverage. In total, we saw 91 of the 106 non-foil cards that we were eligible to see, giving us a foil coverage rating of 86%. In the foil space, we saw 351 of the 477 cards we were eligible to see, giving us 74% coverage. In the special guest subset, we saw 4 of the 10 cards, giving us 40% coverage. Pivoting to coverage by rarity, in the non-foil space, we saw 76 of the 80 rares, giving us 95% coverage, and 15 of the 26 mythics for 58% coverage. In the foil space, we saw 100% of the commons and uncommons, along with 111 of the 183 rares for 61% coverage, and 29 of the 83 mythics for 35% coverage. From a duplication perspective, we ended up seeing 299 cards repeated 632 times for a duplication rate of 59%. Before getting into the value of today's collector booster case, let's take a look at the current value of the Foundation set. This chart displays all 477 cards from the Foundation set, plus the 10 special guests using non-foil market prices as of December 5th, 2024. Currently, the set features 87 cards valued over $10, 33 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 84 cards valued between $1 and $5. The remaining 283 cards are currently valued under $1. As you might expect, the most valuable cards are going to be the fractured foils, which are valued between $85 and $400. The block of Japanese showcase cards in traditional foil range between $15 and $163. And finally, the mana foils, of which there are 60, range in value from $7 all the way up to $212. Now, in standard frame, there are 4 non-foils valued over $10, and in the borderless and extended art frames, there are 5 cards valued over $20. If you were to somehow collect all 487 cards, you'd be sitting on a pile of $5,410.80 in card market value. Now that we know what's possible, let's dive into what this case contained. There were a total of 144 non-foil cards distributed across the 72 packs. Of these, 51 cards were valued under $1. 65 are valued between $1 and $5, and 19 are valued between $5 and $10. There were only 9 cards valued over $10 in these 6 boxes. We saw 2 Blasphemous Edicts, 1 Niv-Mizzet Visionary, and 1 Liliana Dreadhorde General, all in borderless. We also saw a Twin Flame Tyrant in extended art and borderless, and amazingly, we saw 3 borderless Bloodthirsty Conquerors. In the foil space, this case contains significantly more value, but that's to be expected because 87% of these packs are going to be foil cards. These 72 packs contain 783 cards valued under $1. 97 cards valued between $1 and $5, 27 cards valued between $5 and $10, and 29 cards valued over $10. Of those 29 cards, 12 were valued between $10 and $20, and 11 of the cards are valued between $20 and $50. There were 3 cards valued over $50, including the borderless Sire of Seven Deaths, a Japanese and an English version of the Doubling Season in the showcase frame. Now let's begin to compare our boxes side by side. For these 6 boxes, we saw between 22 and 23% coverage of the non-foils that we were eligible to collect. In the foil space, that number jumped up to 32%. All of the individual box duplication was in the basic land category. Now here's a breakdown of the cards by rarity for each box. In this case, we saw between 48 and 53 rares per box, giving us an average of 50. And we also saw between 7 and 11 mythics per box, averaging out to 10, not including the special guests. Now let's compare the boxes from a value perspective, again using December 5th market prices for the comparison. Here's a look at the values that we saw in the 6 boxes broken down by rarity. Box 4 saw the most value in the special guest category. Box 5 saw the most value for the basic lands. Box 4 again saw the most value for commons, and Box 5 again saw the most value for uncommons. Box 5 also had the most value for the rares at $154.37 in total value, but Box 2 saw the most value in the mythic rarity with an astounding $287.96 in value, thanks mostly due to the case hit, the English version of the doubling season in Showcase Foil. When you add it all up, Box 2 saw the most value with nearly $450 in card market value. On average, these boxes produce $327.63 in card market value, which is just slightly less than the market price of the boxes at $335.38. So how did this case perform? Well, the market price for a single box is currently $335.38. If you multiply that by 6, you get $2,012.28. In total, these 6 boxes produce $2,077.69 in card market value, which is a gain over the 6-box price of $65.41 and means that the case returned 103% of the market value in cards. However, if we drill into the cards valued over $2, things don't look so great. The case contained 158 cards valued over $2 for a grand total market value of $1,748.24, which is only 87% of the 6-box market price. Luckily, my members locked in their price at $230 per box, which means that they fared much better than the market. Here's how it worked out for them. They saw a case return of $597.69, which is a 151% return, and in the cards valued over $2 area, they saw a return of 127%. And now the moment you've been waiting for, the head-to-head comparison of 12 collector booster boxes from 2 different cases. Here are the values from the 12 boxes broken down by rarity using market prices from December 5th, 2025. Rip and Ship's box number 1 took home the gold in the special guest category, with their box seeing the number 1 most valuable special guest for the Foundation set, Achroma's Memorial. Rip and Ship also had the box with the most value in the basic land category. In the common space, our box number 4 saw the most value by a margin of 23 cents. A win's a win. In the uncommon space, MTG Box Analysis again came out on top with a whopping $1.10 difference. Now, the difference between the top 2 boxes in the rare category was a little bit wider, but not by much, with our box number 5 containing the most value. Finally, in the mythic category, despite Rip and Ship putting up some impressive numbers, our box number 2 contained the most value. And if you hadn't guessed it already, our box number 2 contained the most value of all 12 boxes with $440.09 in market value. In the end, our case beat out the Rip and Ship case by $169.50. A big shout out to Exec Collects, Jalapeno, Jake, Andrew, and Mystical for sponsoring our case, and a special thanks to Lance over at Rip and Ship for allowing me to analyze their case and compare it to our own. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, do something amazing. Get early access to videos, download the analysis for every box open on the channel, and personally DM me, just like these fine people, all by becoming a member of the channel through YouTube or over at mtgboxanalysis.com. You'll find links in the description. Until next time, do something amazing.